There you go.
I'm fixing to share this. Hold on.
All right, we're live, everybody. I'd like to welcome writer-director Jason Pitts.
Hello.
He's got a trilogy going on, and actually a Jason movie coming up.
Yeah, it's 4 films. It's a quadrilogy.
Oh, is it going to be a quadrilogy? Ooh,
Yeah, it's gonna be 4.
Okay, I was thinking something. All right, I'm glad to hear about that.
Yeah.
I'm here with Samantha M. Shaw, who's Cat Malone, and Olivia Disney, who's Sylvia Darnell.
Hey.
So I'm excited to talk about this. We were all 4 talking a little bit earlier about what was going on and our pre-talk. But I really enjoyed Alone. I watched that first last night. Samantha, you were fantastic.
Thank you.
And Olivia, Sylvia, did fantastic in her movie. You guys really, really did an amazing job. Excellent casting in the films. I went in not knowing anything. I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Lee Payne, who reached out to me about having a sit down with Jason. And we kind of got this together since Thursday. We kind of talked about it and went. So I'm very happy to have you guys on.
Well,
so I think go ahead.
I was just going to say we're very excited to be here. So thank you very much for having us.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody here who's watching. Have Cheetah Little View. He's got an excellent channel too. I'll hook you guys up with his link. He does a lot of great live interviews. Jason. Our good friend Kyle Flett lives. My friend Shang is here. Camp Crystal Cabin 6. He's an awesome hawk maker. If you ever needed Jason Hawk for your movie,
all right.
He's fantastic. He's a great friend of mine. He'll be joining me at some of these conventions I'm going to. Actually, probably both of them knowing him. And my good friend Sabuana Vlogs. So I see everybody there. And Awaz. He says, amazing job, Jason, Samantha, and Olivia.
Aaron is he's a fan of mine. He's actually local here in Arkansas, and he's been following my films for years. So thank you, Aaron, for coming in and hanging out with us.
Those loyal supporters are always the best.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones who really reach out and try to, let everybody know about these projects. And I've just gotten into the indie bug and collecting and this whole thing. So yeah. I get excited having these kind of sit downs. So we're going to start with Alone first. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that? How you came up with the Jason and how you kept Samantha?
Sure. So Alone started as a script that I wrote several years ago, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I was at a writing workshop here in Arkansas, and I met another person named John Baker. And John was just getting into directing, really wanted to find something that he could direct, something simple that could be easily made and cheap. And so we kind of just hashed out this idea for that eventually became Alone. And I wrote the script for him to direct it. And we wanted like a really cool twist at the end, something that you kind of didn't see coming. And years went by, like 2 or 3 years, and he just never did it. And I was like, man, this thing is too good to just be collecting dust. I really liked the story. I liked the theme and the characters. I was like, if you're not going to do it, do you care if I do it? And he's all like, yeah, you do it. And so I waited another year or so after I made the decision that I wanted to do it. And I met Samantha in Birmingham and Alabama in 2019, I think, in February or January. And we hit it off. We immediately clicked, liked each other, liked working with each other. And I felt like that she embodied the character of Kat. And so I asked her if she wanted to do this with me, and she agreed. And I think she knocked it out of the park.
She was really good. She was fantastic in the role. Was this your first acting role, Samantha, or is this something you've been doing for a while? Or
No, it's not my first. I had done a couple things before this one. That's actually how me and Jason met. We met on set of another film in Birmingham, I believe it was.
Yep.
We were all having dinner, and he, suggested this role and said I might be perfect for it, and asked me to take a look at it. And so I did, and I loved it. I fell in love. I did. But no, I've been in a couple of things before, commercial, TV shows, a couple of movies, nothing real big. But a lot of taking certain roles is who you're working with. And I had been working with Jason on another set. And so whether or not I really liked the character, I was already down for working with him. And then it kind of took off from there. And I've been absolutely in love ever since.
that's
She don't let her sell herself short. She was in God's Not Dead 2 before she met me. So she was in a few things that she did really well. And there's another movie, it was a independent film called Hello, Are You There? And I believe you can get it on Amazon still, but she was fantastic in that. And I bought that one night and I watched it, and it just made me really confident in my choice of asking her to be in Alone. So
it really worked. There was good chemistry. There was really good chemistry, and it was I mean, there were a few other actors, but it's really a dual role of most of it, and it's that has to be good and difficult all at once too, because a lot of it's in a car.
Yeah. Great. The good thing about that is the one who plays Patty, Miss Knapp, Marilyn Knapp, is just, oh my gosh, she's the sweetest woman in the world. And being with her was very natural, very sweet. I loved her. So it was very easy to work with her. It was very easy to get emotional. But she was an absolute delight, which made the time go by super fast. It didn't seem like work.
You could tell in one of my favorite scenes, and it's really small in the movie, is when you're driving and she's speaking about her drunk ex-husband who was abusive. And you could tell that was kind of a genuine laugh that you guys had. Like, it wasn't like acting. You just kind of, the way she delivered it and the way you responded was really it came out really natural.
It did. I kept thinking about it in my head, that line, and normally that is something that would make me laugh. It was a relief, like, oh, okay, she's kidding. But then it's kind of that nervous. But no, it was great.
You could tell she's probably such a sweet person in real life. So the direction of that film alone made it really kind of, really hit home. And I think that's tough in a short. Maybe Jason, you can say there's got to be easier aspects into a short, but there's also got to be really difficult aspects because you're trying to cram so much story into. I think Alone was around 32 minutes. If I'm right.
Yeah, Alone was 33 minutes, and you're right. It's difficult. That I think the key or the trick is to make these characters immediately resonate with a wide audience. Like, you got to give them something that a lot of people can really relate to. And right off the bat, Kat is, I mean, you can tell that she's just going through something that a lot of us deal with and go through. Her family has abandoned her. She's in this situation she doesn't want to be in. She's searching for something. She doesn't know where does she belong. And I think that's something that a lot of us deal with on in our own way, in our own terms. So the trick is to just make these characters as real as possible and give them flaws and traits that resonate with a wide audience.
I think it did. You did a very well job of pacing with that movie in the time. A lot of build-up and questions going into it, because I honestly didn't know much about the movie. My friend Lee Payne
Mhm.
Like I said, big props to him. He's a big part of Doomsday's Crypt. He really helps keep the group going, and he's always active, and he's a big part of the Doomsday Crypt group.
Yeah,
And for
Lee's
him to
been,
reach out, I knew I had to just sit down and talk to you. And I'm
he's
glad you
been
brought the ladies on with you too, because they
yeah,
were
he's
both
been
fantastic in 2 different films.
Lee's been absolutely fantastic this last week, reaching out to people and setting up these interviews so that we can just get the word out there and get support behind the third film, Lonely Echoes. So thank you, Lee.
He's like I said, he's a big part of the Doomsday Crypt page, and he's been a huge supporter for me and what I'm doing. And he, a lot, he knows I'm a big indie project fan. I'm on board with quite a few of them, and yeah, I've enjoyed it. I love it. Like, I'm looking forward to the events I'm going to be doing, the conventions, and a lot of it's just going to be decorating my table. I'm not really selling anything. I'm going to be selling like indie projects and showing off the talented people I know in the community. Spend time with family because they're all in Florida. So it's kind of like my vacation and pastime to go and do this and show off talent in the community and let people know about these
Yeah,
projects.
absolutely.
Olivia is back.
I'm back. I didn't know how people would feel about me, like, driving. So yeah, I parked in a McDonald's parking lot, y'all, so I can talk to y'all, because
Well,
that's
I
how excited I am.
appreciate it.
I might as well get
Olivia,
a snack too, huh?
there you
Anyway.
go. It's almost Shamrock Shake season too.
I know. Oh my gosh, I love the Shamrocks. I just
Yes.
screamed. I'm sorry. That got me excited.
So since you're back, we'll talk a little bit about Masquerade. So it's 2 different movies. I want to balance it out between you guys, both you ladies, because you both did an excellent job, and very different characters that you
Yeah.
guys play in different movies, but are tied into the Alone series. That's what you call it, right, Jason? Alone
The Alone
series.
Saga, yeah.
It's saga. Olivia is crazy in the movie, as I saw it today. That's Sylvia Darnell. Don't let the looks fool you. She's crazy.
What? Who, me? I
See,
don't
you
know what
pulled
you're
it off
talking
well. You
about.
pulled it off. You did a really good job in that.
Thank
It was
you. Thank
a lot
you.
of fun to watch.
Coming off crazy comes so natural to me. I don't know why.
For some reason, I don't trust you.
I get that a lot. Weird. It comes out of nowhere.
Looks like we got a few other people. Hey, thank you guys for all being here. We got so much to talk about. We see you up there. I'm Interval, Michelle, Cheetah, Steven, everybody. I appreciate it. So Masquerade, how did you get into acting? How did you meet with Jason? How do we get this started?
Yeah. Okay, so same story though. With Birmingham, that's where I met both of these lovely people. So definitely a blessing and magic happening on that set. Can you guys hear me okay? Is this
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it was just a instant connection. And we all recognized the talent within each other, and we started talking about roles that we would love to play in the future. And Jason, being the badass that he is, was like, I'm just gonna write these amazing roles for you guys so you can showcase your talents. So no, it was kind of just snowballed from there. We just they always say, like, when you're on a really good set, you come out with family, and that's really what happened. And in this case, we were able to form like a family that was really into dark horror as well, and it just worked out perfectly. I started acting like by accident. I stumbled into a class in college for an easy A, and then I fell in love, and then I got more intentional and started like working a little bit harder for it. And it was really recently, I would say the last 2 years, that I was just like, okay, I'm good and I love it, so let's just do this now. So I made that commitment while in nursing school. I decided to get my nursing license, and at the same time, I was filming Lifetime movies. It was a weird time in life, but I'm grateful. And yeah, so now I'm here. I'm a full-time actress. I'm not even nursing yet because I've been booked and blessed thus far, and I want to keep doing it.
That's awesome. Mr. Watts is saying he's at Miss McDonald's right now listening. So
I
you're saying
know. I'm a little thirsty too.
You're
I just
advertising them for free right now. You know.
yeah. I'll send food to whatever address. I'll even include a signature. You guys just have to participate in the crowdfunding for Lonely Echoes.
Well, that's a good point you bring up, and I wanted to ask Jason is, how are you funding for these? Are you doing Indiegogo to fund? So if anybody wants to check out these projects.
Yeah. So Alone, our budget for Alone was $1,500, and that was just raised by me and some friends and family that chipped in. The cast and crew worked for free on Alone, and then Masquerade, we were able to kind of show what we can do with Alone, and I got more people interested, and the budget was able to get to about $4,000 for Masquerade. But again, the cast and crew worked for free, and McLean Wood is on our crew. Hi, McLean. What's up?
We
man?
love McLean. He's awesome.
It's helpful having somebody with medical skills on the set. So you were a big help. You were doing dual roles.
I would definitely revive anyone.
There you go.
So after the cast and crew working for free on both Alone and Masquerade, I feel really bad about asking them to do it a third and a fourth time. So this time around, I really, really, really want to pay these amazing, talented people for their time and their work. So that's why I decided to do a crowdfunding campaign for Lonely Echoes, and it's on Indiegogo, and I'm trying to get to $20,000. If we can get that much, I can pay everybody a pretty decent rate. And have a little bit left over for any unforeseen problems that may arise. So,
well, considering it, I'm going to say it right now. A loan for $1,500 budget makes it even more impressive, and I mean that because it's not easy to do on $1,500. You're able to set a tone, and like I said, it's even more impressive with the $1,500 budget. I mean, like you said, everybody basically did it out of passion, not for money. And I
agree with you. It's a huge testament, not to me, but to the team and the family that we have built and grown over these films. Because, like I said, these people are so talented, and they deserve to be compensated.
Very much so. I mean that. I've watched some films, and I'm always nice or try to be polite, but I really did enjoy. Some I've liked more than others, that I've spoken with, and no knock on anybody, but I really liked the story that you wrote for Alone, and I really liked the story for Masquerade. It's got me excited for the next film. I mean, I truly mean that. And Alone, I got in the description. Anybody who's here and hasn't seen it, you can find it on YouTube. Josh, I put the trailer for Masquerade in there because that's not released yet officially. Right. I appreciate being able to watch that because I like to research the people I'm talking to. And also your Voorhees movie that you're working on. So, excellent, man. Like I said, I know a lot of hawk makers. If you need any help with getting a hawk or something good, my buddy Camp Crystal Cabin 6 does some incredible hawks. Really.
The mask that we got was made by Tom McDonald. Not Tom McDonald. Tony McDonald. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tony. But it was kind of like a mix between part 6 and what the part 8 mask would have looked like, with some residue of the toxic waste still on it, some old holes eaten through it. But yeah, he did a fantastic job. That's the one that we went with. Yeah,
I've seen his work. He is fantastic. There's a lot of them. Quite a few people I know, and there's some Daniel Cruz. I got people who have done different hawks for me that do Togo. There's so many really talented people in the community, which is
really amazing. So how much talent there is out there. Untapped talent.
it's impressive. That's what makes me excited to do even sit downs and, like I said, talking to these indie projects, talking to talent in the community, just every bit. And it's been a lot of fun for me to do stuff like this. And I am absolutely really blown away for $1,500 on Alone. Samantha was amazing. Masquerade is brutal, and I really enjoyed that. Somebody very crazy. You had to work with the lady who had a, I want to say, gave me the Kathy Bates Misery vibe in that first film. I saw a lot of that. I saw a lot of connections. You could see the inspiration for that film. On Masquerade, I could see the Strangers inspiration kind of with that.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, Alone was heavily influenced by Misery, and even with my work with Marilyn in our discussions and our character development, she was very inspired by Kathy Bates, and she even borrowed some of the terminology that Kathy Bates used. At one point, she calls Brock Mr. Man, and she refers to people as dirty birds, which Kathy Bates used in Misery. So a little bit of homage there.
I saw it right away. Like I said, I saw inspiration between both films, and they're connected, I can see, in leading forward, but they're also very different films.
Yes. Yeah, that was, so my goal with these films is to make each one in its own subgenre of the horror genre. Like Alone was the psychological horror film like Misery. Masquerade is the home invasion slasher film like The Strangers. Lonely Echoes, we're doing it like the cop drama horror film, kind of like Seven or Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe too. I got to say one thing, in Alone, you got to look out for yellow bandanas and sunglasses, especially if you meet them at a convenience store. And anybody who's wearing high heels, you better run.
Just red high heels. The other colors
the
are
red
fine.
high heels, yes.
Yeah.
Very careful. Very careful.
She didn't mean any harm.
And
she was just trying to see who they really were.
One of my individuals, Alivea, he's like, oh, I mean, you really sold on him. He's talking. He's like, oh my gosh. You know? So you pulled it up, and I even said to him, I go, that shows what a good actress does. He missed that. He didn't see yours because it was later at night, and he was in his room watching, I think, truck videos or something.
Yeah.
TV. So he missed Alone. But when I put on Masquerade today, he wasn't a fan of you.
What?
Well, he was a fan of you. I don't know. He's like, she's crazy.
I love Sylvia. I think she is so amazing. And think about how many people like can recognize how masked and maybe even like pretentious or fake society is, and she is literally just like calling people out on it. So like in a sense, she's realer than a lot of people. She just chooses to express her appreciation for the opportunity to see someone in their true selves in a very like aggressive manner. So given that, I feel like she has some really great qualities, and I need everyone to understand that.
All right then.
It just keeps people watching and ready for the next one too. The next one, I'm super excited about the next one.
The post credits, I think, are brilliant. I really like that. And you said we're good with spoilers, but you do a lot of post credits after the episode Alone. You show that there is nobody safe.
Correct. Nobody's safe.
And the same thing with Masquerade. I mean, well, you kind of know that throughout the whole film.
I will say that there's a lot of stuff that is set up in Alone that gets paid off in Lonely Echoes.
I could see that. I mean, like when you watch Alone and then you watch Masquerade, especially leading to the post credits. The post credits kind of really give that. You got your film, and then the post credits kind of leave you with that hanging. What's gonna, where I see where. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I see where you're going with where it's all going to tie in these 4 movies, and I like that. That's kind of my style of like how I write something or how I do something where it's, it can't be, let's say, a slasher movie the whole time. There has to be more depth to it if you're going to do sequels.
Yeah, that model was inspired by two things. The first one is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, obviously, and then the other thing is M. Night Shyamalan's movies, Unbreakable Glass and Split. They kind of did that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love M. Night Shyamalan. He does some hit or misses.
Yeah,
I really like the trilogy with Split and Glass, and those are really good movies.
they are.
I enjoyed those. I enjoyed The Sixth Sense. There's been some movies that I'll watch anytime, even if I know with The Sixth Sense what's going on. It's still such a great movie.
Oh, really good.
When you notice different little details he puts in it that you might have missed.
Yeah, I try to do the same thing with these.
I see. You can see a lot of the inspiration. I even saw in Masquerade, you kind of give a little Easter egg for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in Masquerade. There's she mentions Jason, and Michael when she takes the mask off.
Guy.
I don't know how they wear this mask.
Yeah,
that was
I liked it. And she didn't even say his name. That Haddonfield Slat. I don't know how he.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. There was a lot of little cool details I really enjoyed with the film. I mean, overall, it was really great too. But then because I'm a little bit of a horror fan. I don't know if you can tell by my room.
Yeah.
So to see the Easter eggs, I pick them right up.
There is one Easter egg. There is one Easter egg homage that nobody has gotten yet in Masquerade. No,
except my daughter.
Sort of.
Yeah, she got it at dinner. Remember?
I don't count that because I gave you guys hints.
My daughter got it. By the way, she says she definitely needs to be in Lonely Echoes. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take that. I love that. Such a compliment. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pass out right now. Well, okay, what I think is so beautiful about that and that comparison is we talked about this on our last interview, but I think it's showing the motivation. And I think there's something about that makes a character more real, and no matter what type of character it is, and in this case a villain, but like when you can begin to justify why this person is making these choices, it becomes like there's a weird balance. There's like okay, I don't agree with what she's doing, but I get what she's doing and I understand why she's doing it. Like she's hurt. But then there's a lot of like movies where they're just like killing for no reason, and then it makes it more brutal, because I think Sylvia showed a lot of humanistic characteristics, like where she made eye contact and had special moments with people that she was about to kill, and that makes her a little bit more like, dang, that's crazy.
And I love how you thought it out. And one of my big complaints with slashers or horror movies back in the day is they're like, we're going to make one movie and the sequels kind of get a little bit lost. You add depth, and Michael Myers is my favorite of all time, and I love the series.
I love Michael.
The hard part with somebody who doesn't have any emotions is how you can a backstory. You don't really need it. And with Sylvia, there is a backstory. Even and with Kat, with Samantha's character, there's a lot of backstory that gets hinted at the Sunset. The Sunset really gets into a lot of it. That sheriff really let you down.
Yeah.
He let you down in the beginning, and he let you down in the end.
Right.
What's hilarious to me about Alone is people absolutely hate Brock. Like, but they hate Brock more than they hate Patty, which blows my mind.
Well, because like I kind of what I was saying, you understand
the worst
Patty.
of it because he let it. He knew. He knew.
He knew.
Yeah.
And I love that subtlety. I love how that kind of tied in too with the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't want to give away the end of Alone because I think it's really creepy and I think it's done very well.
All of that,
very well.
Of that gets paid off in Lonely Echoes, by the way. All that stuff with
Yeah.
Brock and everything gets paid off in Lonely Echoes.
Right. Everything from Alone gets pretty much answered in Lonely Echoes. And, you know, I like how she talks. I love how all of these are connected. Alone, she talks about her sister, and then that's where I come in at the end of Masquerade. And then Lonely Echoes is about, you know, the detective finding her sister. And, you know, so it brings back all the characters, including, you know, Olivia as Sylvia and Marilyn and Brock and everybody. And it brings everybody back, and I like it.
I got a feeling there's even more story. Are these all four going to be shorts, or is maybe the fourth one going to be a full length? They really.
So the model is all four of these are short films, and when they're finished, I'm going to do my damnedest to sell them as an anthology.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
To Amazon or Netflix or something like that.
That's brilliant. And guys, you can see the trailer. Anybody who's in the chat, you can see the trailer for Masquerade. There's also a trailer for Voorhees, but you can actually watch the movie Alone on YouTube right now, right? That's available for people. Or
yes, yes.
Because we talked earlier, and Masquerade wasn't.
You can also watch Masquerade now, though. There is a perk on the Lonely Echoes Indiegogo campaign. $5. You contribute to the budget of Lonely Echoes, and I will email you a link to Masquerade.
Masquerade is really good. Both movies are really good, and if you watch Alone and Masquerade, it gets you really hyped for the next movie.
I want to come back and donate more money. Like, I gotta see this.
Why not? I mean, support. I mean, I'm big about this. I mean, Hollywood regurgitates the same stuff. Yeah. I give Jason a lot of credit with the writing, in the fact that he's connected them and he's thought this out, where it's not just, all right, I'm writing another movie and we're just going to tie it in somehow. I can tell you've had a plan to tie these in. Obviously, if you have 4 movies and you're still waiting to release the third one, there's a big plan, and I love that because I'm actually working on screenplay with a friend where we have a deeper story too. So I really relate, and that's what I really enjoyed about watching the movies. I'm like, man, this guy. I mean, this guy's got the same style idea that that I relate to and I enjoy in writing. Awesome. Where it's not just one thing and it's just that, and it's thought out. It's got a beginning, kind of middles. I'd say since it's 4 middles and end, or maybe end. Maybe. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Every time I think about how I'm ending this thing, I get chills. I love it.
That's awesome. That's the exciting part. It's got to be so exciting to be doing this, and the success you have with Alone.
It's hard. It's hard not to tell it like all the time.
Yeah. And I'll drop the link after, guys. I'll put it in the Doomsday Crypt group too. I'm gonna get more links from you. I'm gonna put them in the description. Alone's already there. The trailer for Masquerade's there. Also the Voorhees, which doesn't tie in. I don't think Jason Voorhees is coming in the fourth film or nothing.
No, it's a separate thing, but a large part of the cast and crew did work on Voorhees as well, from the Alone saga. In fact, Olivia is in Voorhees as well.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's great, though. I mean, and I want to see more of both Olivia and Samantha. I really, really enjoyed what they did, and they were both very different characters, though. Very different.
Isn't that so amazing to enjoy a portrayal of characters? 2 amazing badass women who play completely different roles. I love that so much. The beauty in acting.
It's gonna be really fun in the next one. And Olivia and I have spent a lot of time together for the last few years, actually, including Jason. But her and I have, taken trips across the states together, me and her, and we've hung out. We're always on set together and stuff like that. So it's fun to see her be this crazy psycho, which, comes so naturally. And then me, and then now I'm going after her. It's a lot of fun. When that was suggested a few
I'm
years
looking
ago.
forward to a little showdown. A little showdown.
Yeah. We were excited a couple years ago when it was suggested that we were going to be going after each other. We're like, all right, let's do it. So it's a lot of fun to play different characters, and then someone you have to play against them. It's a lot of fun to watch her new persona come out, and then watch my character, try to get her. It's a lot of fun. It's fun
It
when you
really
have a
is.
that you've worked with for a long time.
I got a feeling Olivia's got a lot of personas after watching Masquerade.
Wait, what? What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said I think you have a lot of personas.
Oh,
Not
Oh my
well,
God.
maybe you, but Sylvia
She does.
definitely
Don't
does.
let her fool you. Don't let her fool you. She really does.
well, okay. I just want to say that it was so awesome because I do. Before this, I was experiencing getting cast as like just a way different character, very sweet, very supportive, happy, which is my natural. I mean, I would say that I'm very like happy and higher energy in life, but this gave me an opportunity to really like explore the characters that I want to portray on film. So that was so fun. So you have that opportunity to be creative, but also kind of like what you were saying, we have an opportunity to like revisit the chemistry that we have in real life on set, and that's going to be beautiful. So it's definitely going to be something that I mean, no one would want to miss.
I could see that being really important. Just the
Yeah.
chemistry as friends can lead over to film, and it gives you guys more time to probably rehearse together. You guys know each other and really feel like you get your part, and you guys would be honest enough with each other to be like, let's maybe do it a little different before you present to Jason, because I'm sure he comes down with that iron fist. Oh, you don't play.
No,
That's funny.
okay, so that's something I want to say too. No, that's why I love working on films with Jason, because Jason is very in tune with what we think and how we feel about acting together, and if we think we should
Look at him
change a
smiling.
line.
That is so funny.
Jason, I can tell you're great to work for. You don't get people to work for no budget if you're not a great guy and they don't believe in what you're doing. So just know I was teasing. It was a joke.
I know you're teasing.
They said they love seeing female villains. That is so amazing to hear, because that's my goal now in this industry, is to be villainous in whatever I'm portraying. My last Lifetime movie, I was able to play a character that was a little bit more edgy for Lifetime, and now I'm hooked. After Sylvia, I'm hooked, y'all. So send me the roles.
Well, you're playing her at least 2 more times.
Yeah, we love Sylvia.
Yes, Cheetah. Halloween '78 is a horror. This guy Cheetah. I'm telling you. My buddy Patrick. He's always busting my chops because he knows it's my favorite. He just has to bust my chops.
That's funny. Is it a horror film though? I didn't know.
It is. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Little bit. Some people know. He's a little remembered. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I love female leads. One of the scariest movies as a kid watching it, and I guess you could go. I mean, it was such a creative film. I'm actually looking forward to meeting Melissa Rose, Sleepaway Camp. She's going to be at Spookala in May, so I'm looking forward to that. See, I'm in Missouri, so driving all the way to Florida is not something I'm looking forward to, especially stuffing all this stuff in a minivan. Don't ask me how I do it. I'll send you a group picture of a lot of the stuff I got. Somehow I get it in a minivan. I become very good at packing. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting her. And she was one of my favorites. That ending of Sleepaway Camp always gets to me.
Yeah. Where in Missouri are you?
I'm right by Kansas City.
No,
that's where I'm from. Well, I mean, I lived there for a long time.
What? That's my favorite team. Go Chiefs.
We're from Arkansas. We're like right below you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're literally like, I think Kansas City is like 4 hours from me, maybe.
Yeah, from you. Yeah, it's 6.5 hours from like us.
Yeah, so like 4 hours.
See, me and Olivia actually live in the same town.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are really close.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how I do it either. Devo's my son. I was hoping he'd come and co-host tonight too, but he's got my granddaughter and got to get her to bed and stuff. Cute little girl. But he's my co-host. He's my dude. Actually, I don't know what happened to Anthony
He
Caiman.
ditched us.
How far is Joplin from you?
He might have gotten confused on the time. I got a feeling he thinks it's like at the top of this hour. So, or something came up. He's a great guy.
How far is Joplin from you?
What's that?
How far is Joplin from you?
Joplin's a few hours south.
It's like 3 hours.
I think that's like the halfway point. We should have lunch or something sometime. Drive up.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So close.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'd be down.
Yeah.
Jason, did you talk about the film festival coming up for?
So Olivia and I have been invited to the Days of the Dead Horror Film Festival / convention in Atlanta at the end of this month. And we are so excited about it. It's my first time being a guest at a horror film festival because of Masquerade. It was accepted into their festival. So, man, we're so looking forward to that. Super excited.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that. You're gonna have so much fun.
Yes.
You're gonna have so much fun. I've gotten like the convention festival bug. Like I love it.
That's why I was thinking that, because you were mentioning packing everything up in a minivan. We might have Mr. Voorhees appear, right? Or
James Stokes, who plays Voorhees or Jason Voorhees in Night of the Beast, he's coming as well. He'll be there.
Yeah. Badass. That's awesome.
Be amazing. Yeah. Fun time.
Super fun.
That's awesome. I got my I got me in part 3 Jason there.
I love that.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
I don't mind wearing it, but you put it on and you just sweat. Yes. And it's the open face one. I can't imagine how people do it with the closed face. I'm in it for like a few minutes and I'll just feel like I won't even know I'm sweating in it. That's why I don't wear it like at the Florida Horror Festival. It's already hot enough in Florida. You don't even realize how much you're sweating. You take it off and you're in a pool of sweat.
Sylvia said masks were overrated. Sounds like we need to be listening to her. I'm just
saying. So I could just wear the hood with the open face.
Yeah, there we go.
The mask wouldn't be so bad. It's the hood that really brings out that sweat.
You just need to create a mask you don't even have to wear.
Exactly.
Weird.
Exactly.
Sounds familiar.
Well, one of the first guy that's going to be in the script I'm working on is named The Brute, and it's kind of taken after not being seen, head down kind of deal, where you don't really see his face, big beard kind of deal. So I'm trying to avoid that in case I have to do the trailer. If we don't have the actor for the part, because I'm not an actor. Maybe 20 years ago. Too old now. All that crap. I can't do it.
Jason's a new actor. He also dabbles in the arts as well.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. You do. He's been doing workshops. We've been able to do like some actor trained workshops, and he's participating in some and realized he's awesome at it. So here we got a writer, director, and actor now.
Oh, and I didn't add that in the title. Look at me.
Come on, what are you doing?
You're behind, man.
No, I didn't know. You ladies are.
I don't know.
Yeah. And Samantha, aren't you writing, or you're writing a script, or you did write a script, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I am almost, I've put it on hold, but I'm almost finished with it. I got off the phone with someone this week and they're helping me with it. And hopefully it'll be a feature film. So
I'm fingers crossed.
I love to write.
Writing.
Yeah, I love to write. I dropped Jason's name, by the way. Gonna let you know that. I forgot.
Oh,
I did. We talked about it. He actually sent me a gift. I actually just got it the other day. He sent me a box of
wine, tequila.
No, we're doing that in person. We're already making arrangements. He sent me a package that he ordered of 2 books that are like supposed to be Hollywood's Grail Holy Bible to screenwriting. And so I'm about to start looking at those, and we're piecing it together. Maybe it'll be something someday. I love writing though. So.
Like I got more of an idea guy. I got a guy writing my script for me. Like we fleshed it out and let him write. Plus I don't have time. I work like 100 hours
Oh,
a
geez.
week
Yeah.
with special
Oh, I know
needs.
the feeling.
Yeah, I just can't.
Yeah.
And I'm too lazy after. It's like I like to think about things. I'll just tell you, and you write it out for me. And we'll
When you
discuss.
work that much, man, when you're home, you just need to rest. You just got to rest.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, my buddy who's a writer, he's a talented guy. Like he's writing. I've seen some of his writing. He's a real good idea man. So it's been fun shooting with him on the story. So I get the excitement that you were talking about of like you're excited to get. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty excited about that. But that's about me. We're just about you guys. Yeah, I am really. What's the date? I can't remember the name of the third film. So
Lonely
y'all-
Echoes.
what's it called?
Yeah,
Lonely Echoes.
Lonely Echoes.
super
When's the
excited.
idea for the release and start filming on that?
We start filming depending on how fundraising goes. We start filming in May. Right now we're scheduled to be filming between May 7th and 14th. And going by how things went with Alone and Masquerade, it took about 8 months for each film in post production. So if I had to guess, I would guess about January of next year is when Lonely Echoes will start its festival run.
Awesome. That's got to be really exciting. It's got to be exciting for all of you because in Lonely Echoes, both Samantha and Olivia are both in it, right? So
Yeah.
And we're going to try to start to shoot Unmasked, which is the fourth film, Unmasked, in October of this year. But if we can't get there in time, because that's pretty fast, it'll be October of next year. It's got to be during Halloween though, because of where the story has gone in developing.
In the show in Atlanta, we are you Arkansas people.
Yeah.
You do it. Take some videos of it while you're there. I'd love to see how it's done. You guys can try to do a live stream while you're there. I wish I could make it down to Atlanta, but taking time off from work, and I'd go check out a festival. I love traveling around and doing it. I wish it was close together so I could go to that on the way. You know, it'd be nice to stop and say Atlanta and then drive the rest of the way from Florida.
Yeah.
Like I'd definitely be down to talk about meeting up if we're only a few hours away and grabbing something to eat.
Yeah, like
sure.
I think Joplin's 2 hours for both of us. So
yeah,
meet halfway or something.
I could do something like that.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that. I'm so excited for like I always want to say Stir of Echoes. So I got
Echoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, after watching these two films, and guys, check out. I'm gonna get the links together. If you're not following Doomsday's Crypt on Facebook, follow. I'll drop all the links for your Indiegogo for crowd donations, and you guys can watch Alone for free on YouTube, and then you can watch Masquerade for $5.
$5.
That's like renting the movie. And you'll have the link. And I guess if they have the link, they can watch it over and over, which, you're basically buying the movie for $5.
Exactly.
And it really, really is good. Masquerade is excellent. And Alone, it's and consider $1,500 really blows my mind. So,
honestly, that's what I wanted to say. When we first started doing Alone, we had really nothing. It was just a great crew and cast that were willing to work together, but it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. But with what we had nothing. I mean, to make that movie. And then of course Masquerade, we got a little bit more. And I'm hoping we can get more money for this one, because I think the further we go along, the more epic these movies get, and the better they get, the better quality, the better, all that stuff. But considering we had nothing with Alone and then a little more with Masquerade, as people have seen or are gonna see, they get better and better. So the more funds we get and the more people get involved, the better they get. But it was great, even though we didn't have much for Alone. It turned out a lot better than, that just goes to show our director and the people doing the cameras how well they do, considering what we had to make that. So imagine what we could do if we had some
budget.
good money funds behind it. Imagine the movies that we could make with the funds and money, So.
And I love that. That's why I love supporting and seeing a lot of these projects and talent kind of grow. I've watched a few people, and it's like, wow, it's really opportunity. It's just getting the people to support it, and donating $5. Donating means even more than some of these perks that I always try to say. People who are starting to try to crowdfund. A lot of people don't have like that big $200 that they can get a perk with, or do this and that. But when you share it out, even if that's what you do,
share it out.
You donate $3, $4, $5 to watch the film that goes towards another one.
Yeah,
it helps. It adds up. It adds up. It actually probably adds up more than the big perks because those are harder to sell and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So guys, remember that, $5 when you got it. It's a fun movie. Watch Alone, see the direction, then you're talking Masquerade. You can tell there's more budget because there's some pretty brutal in that movie.
Yeah.
There's some pretty brutal.
I also want to make another point. So Alone, all through last year, it went through its festival run, and it was selected for 34 film festivals all across the world, which is pretty amazing. And it won 16 awards, including best short film, best hair and makeup, best editing, and best directing. And a lot of the other ones were honorable mention awards, but still counts. Masquerade, we started submitting five weeks ago, and already it's been accepted to 13 different film festivals, including the Days of the Dead Festival in Atlanta. And it's won 8 awards. 3 of the awards are best horror film.
Yeah.
1 is best acting, 1 is best screenplay, and 1 is best male director. So I think that we have established a what's the word?
Reputation,
yeah, to where people can feel confident that if you attach your name to this project, Lonely Echoes, you're contributing to something that has a very, very high success rate based on the first 2 films. You're attaching your name to a project that is going to be seen all across the world in different film festivals, and it will, I guarantee it will win awards.
Oh, yeah.
I believe so. Lonely Echoes, I mean, if you see the cover of the artwork you used, or even that I put, I could get an idea because, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It seems a lot of that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed talking to all 3 of you guys. I wish I could talk longer. I could talk to you guys. I'd love to have you guys on again, especially when Lonely Echoes comes out. I like I said, I've really enjoyed Alone and Masquerade, and I thought you guys all did a fantastic job. And the ones who aren't here did an amazing job too.
If there's anybody else part of the cast and crew that you just really would like to talk to, I would probably
keep me updated. I'd love to have you guys all on again. Bring the rest on.
We need to get Brock on here.
You guys. I love all you guys. I've enjoyed.
There's so much controversy with him. So many people hate him, but then you gotta love him. So we need to get
try.
Brock on.
He's kind of a private person. Doesn't really like to do a lot of this kind of stuff, but I can try.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
She'll get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anybody's always welcome. You guys are always welcome. Jason, I'll friend also Samantha and Alivea on Facebook now that we're in the chat, and I'll invite you guys off to the Doomsday Script group. And anytime you're doing something, even if it's any project, we try to keep it horror themed. You share your work, any upcoming things, so we can all support you guys. Like I said, I wish I had more time. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm at work, but
All good, man.
but you guys have been fantastic. I've enjoyed talking to all three of you. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Waz, my son Devo, everybody who's been here. Patrick from That Beautiful View. And I'll also give you guys some other people that do sit down to also
Yeah,
that do an
absolutely. Thank you.
excellent job. And
We're just trying to spread the
you on
word. We got six
Yeah.
like 54 more days of the Indiegogo campaign. So I'm hitting these interviews things pretty hard for the next 2
Well, my
months.
buddy, I'll introduce you, buddy Steven and Patrick. Patrick does 8 questions. Steven does the midnight hour. There's also other people in the community that they can reach out and get you guys out there and share it. Because like I said, I never heard of it, and luckily Lee came to me, and I knew he hasn't come to me about any indie project, so I could tell it was something that he really liked. So when I finally watched Alone, and I was really appreciate you giving me the link for Masquerade, so being able to watch it, especially with Alivea coming on, it meant a lot.
And anyone who wants to interview us, I will give you the link to Masquerade for free, so you can watch it and kind of have something to talk to us about.
I will reach out to some more people. I'll continue to talk to and keep in contact with all three of you guys. You guys let me know if you got anything special coming on, you want to talk about it, and come on the show. You're more than welcome anytime, all three of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed
Sorry
it.
I was
Exciting
on the
being in
go.
different states. Yeah.
Oh, we weren't even sure you were going to be able to make it, Olivia.
I know.
So
I wasn't sure. I was so scared. I thought I'd be done really early, but today was a audition day. But I'm happy that I made it. It was really fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed having you. Thank you again. Thank you, chat. Make sure to check everything out. Doomsday's Crypt on Facebook. I will share everybody. Jason Pitts also has his YouTube channel. You can find Alone on there. So check out Jason Pitts. I'll drop the link in the description if you guys come back to the video. Anybody in the chat, it'll be there so you can watch it. And anybody who's friends with me on there, Derek, I'll send you a link. Derek Torres stuff and my son Devo. Thanks for coming in, Derek. Thank you, Devo. Thank you, Waz. Thank you, everybody, again. Until next time, take care.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.